Hello everyone, welcome to week 4, Reflections in Action. Last week we talked about the pros and cons of a group and also about creating cultural connections. For this week's objectives, you should be able to demonstrate how personal, professional, academic, and communal interests can positively or negatively affect the way we approach an issue. You should also be able to express a well-informed personal viewpoint and show an understanding of his or her own biases. And lastly, you should be able to read and extract information and ideas from a variety of texts. Now I want to expand a little bit on bias. Each of us has a biased worldview because we are all limited to a single camera perspective. We can only see what comes before us. We can only hear what is around us. And we can only read that which is in front of us. No one has a definitive version of reality. The overall picture is to recognize our own bias and be able to move beyond them to a more balanced ability to evaluate and understand people. For this week, we will talk about Chapter 6, as I mentioned earlier, Reflections and Actions, and also Chapters 10 through 12 in the book Pour Your Heart Into It. Reflection allows for a real-life integration to take place, and service learning styles involves teaching and learning that promotes content, process, and socially relevant knowledge. The reflection aspect is the key connecting the learning types so they can be applied to the community. The 4 learning types, as you can see in the parentheses, are accommodator, assimilator, converger, and diverger. Diverging learning types are people are able to look at different things from different perspectives. They are sensitive. They also prefer to watch rather than do, tend to gather information and use imagination to solve problems. They are best at viewing concrete situations at several different viewpoints. They are interested in people, and they tend to be imaginative and also emotional, and strong in the arts. People with this type of learning style prefer to work in groups, to listen with an open mind, and to receive personal feedback. The assimilating learning preference is for a concise, logical approach. Ideas and concepts are more important than people. People with this type of learning style are less focused on people and more interested in ideas and abstract concepts. People with this style are more attracted to logical, sound theories than approaches based on practical value. This learning style is important for effectiveness in information and science careers. Converging learning styles. People can solve problems and will use their learning to find solutions to practical issues. They prefer technical tasks and are less concerned with people in the personal aspects. Accommodating or accommodator learning style is based on hands-on approach and relies on intuition rather than logic. These people use other people's analysis and prefer to take practical, experimental approach. They are attracted to new challenges and experience and to carry out plans as well. This chapter also focuses on deep reflection, which allows a deep analysis of service learning experience from a personal observation and also through connections, which brings us to the deal model, which is a critical thinking piece that is used to demonstrate a person's response to a service learning experience by simply generating learning, which is the basis of reflection by describing the experience, examining it, and articulating the learning. For this week's discussion, in the book Pour Your Heart Into It, in chapters 11, Schultz talks about how businesses fail because its leaders could not execute. Maybe this is because they are not aware of their own strengths or the strengths of their team. With that in mind, what are 3 strengths or attributes that you have and that you can offer in a service learning activity? And please explain why. For this week's assignment, you want to create a literature review for each reference that you utilize in an annotated bibliography, and it should be focused on the topic or organization that you have already chosen. For this week, there should be 4 to 5 references for the literature review, a total of 10 at the end. If you have any questions, please contact your instructor.